Lately, I've been thinking about the connections between Greek mythology and what's happening in society today with AI. Every age reenacts its myths, not because history repeats, but because the psyche does. Human nature always stays the same. When Prometheus stole fire from the gods, he simply did not give humanity light, he altered the trajectory of consciousness. He gained the ability for humans to shape reality rather than submit to it. Fire was really the first technology that transformed human awareness. Could we say that AI is another mythical fire? Well, I think so. This is not merely an invention, it's a transgression. Not in the moral sense, but in the mythic one. A crossing of a boundary that once separated the mortal from the divine. In another story, we find Pandora, who opens a box, and what happens? Out spills chaos, disease, confusion, and suffering. The mistake was not malice, it was curiosity without foresight. Today, we do not open boxes, we launch learning language models. And what spills out? Synthetic realities, replicated bias, words detached from lived experience. The myth was never really about a box, it was about irreversibility, and AI is irreversible. I think our collective psyche senses this, and that's why people's reactions to AI oscillate between euphoria and dread. We're not afraid of code, we're afraid that something fundamentally has changed. And then there's Icarus. Wings fashioned from wax and ambition, intoxicated by the thrill of ascension. He ignored warnings about flying too close to the sun. The story is about velocity exceeding wisdom. Of course, Icarus flew too close to the sun and his wings melted, causing him to fall back to the earth. Today, our wings are fashioned from silicon, and our ambition is godhood. Icarus didn't fall because flight was wrong, he fell because ecstasy replaced humility. Prometheus marks the theft of power, Pandora marks the release of consequence, and Icarus marks the ecstasy of overreach. We have stolen fire, we have opened the box, and we are flying higher than ever before. These ancient myths were not primitive superstition. They are psychological blueprints. Prometheus, Pandora, Icarus are not just characters, they are archetypes embedded in the human condition. Currently, humanity is reliving all these myths at once. When thinking becomes external, the psyche destabilizes. When imagination becomes automated, the myth dissolves. And when the myth dissolves, humans lose themselves. The Greeks understood something that we have forgotten. Every tool reshapes humanity. It reminds me of a line from Jurassic Park when Ian Malcolm speaking to John Hammond, he says, "Your scientists were so preoccupied whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should." And AI gives us near omnipotence, but it requires no discipline to attain it. The question is not whether the machine becomes conscious. The real question and the real danger is whether humans remain conscious. Artificial intelligence is turning humans into straight lines when our consciousness was only ever meant to be waves. AI is asking humanity a question. When the oracle speaks, who's really talking? The machine? Or the accumulated dreams, hopes, and fears of humanity reflected back at us? This is not a tech cycle, this is an externalization of myth itself. It's a mythic journey and we are mid-initiation. But this time there are no elders to guide us, only executives, only quarterly earnings. And yet the archetypes still live beneath the spreadsheets because they live within us. The Greeks warned us when humans play with divine fire, the trial is not survival, it's self-knowledge. And self-knowledge is rarely gentle. The oracle now speaks in our own voice, and we are startled by the echo.